Well, we live up here in the Midwest, and that means that our summers are insanely humid. Now, if you live someplace that's really humid or that gets a lot of rainfall, or you have a damp basement or some kind of damp storage area, you understand how important having a dehumidifier is. Now, I was looking around for one that was fairly small. And the reason I was doing this is that because I wanted to use this in my son's bedroom. So I looked around a little bit and I found this and it got good reviews. So a big thank you to BEDRED for sending me a sample to try out. So I'm going to get this set up here in just a minute and run it for you guys to show you kind of how it works. And then we'll take a look in a little bit and see how much moisture it takes out of the air. Like I'd mentioned, I'm going to use this in my son's bedroom. And the reason for that is that he has a window air conditioning unit. Now, window AC units are great for cooling the air, but they don't do much for the humidity. And we all know this, that even though dehumidifiers do not cool the air, if you take the moisture out of the air, the kind of perceived temperature is a little bit cooler. And so this is where I'm going to be using this particular unit for, but I'm also going to set it up first, either in the basement or the garage or someplace to give this a try, because those I know are humid areas right now. Now, when you get this right out of the package, you're going to get just the unit itself, which is a nice small compact unit you can see here. It's a little smaller than I thought, which I like. And you also get an instruction manual with it. Now, instruction manuals are not usually talked about too much in these videos, but I do want to mention that it's a good one. There's really good pictures in it. The printing is nice, the paper is nice, and the instructions are very easy to follow. Again, I know that's not that big of a deal, but we've all tried to work our way through products with tiny pieces of instructions that we could barely read and that didn't make any sense. So I do appreciate a good instruction manual. Now, the unit itself has got a little window right up here that you can see how much water is filling inside of the collection bucket. And the collection bucket carries about 95 ounces of water, which is going to be a fair amount for my son's room in particular. Now, if we just look around this unit, you've got this window up front where you can see how much water is collecting in your basin. And that basin is 95 ounces, so that should give me plenty of water to take out of the air. If we turn this over to the side like this, we have your dry air outlet, which is where the dry air after the water's been taken out of it will come back into your room. We've got the power cord up top, and then around the back, what we've got is we have got our air intake, where the machine takes the air out from the room and dehumidifies it. And then down at the bottom here, we have got the emptying tray, which is where you are going to empty the water out once it's full. Now, up on the top, as you can see here, you've got 3 buttons. You've got an on-off button. You've got an LED light button that you can change the color of the light. And I'm going to talk about that in a second here, because there's a light that shows through right here. And you also have got a night mode that will turn all the lights off, although it will keep running. Now, this will automatically turn off once the basin is filled with water. It will also give you a red light up here. And we can see if I turn this on, I'm going to do that so that you can hear. It's very quiet. I was surprised by how quiet it was. I was very pleased to hear that. You can see that there is an LED light that's down here. And this LED light is going to turn red when this basin is full, and it will give you a warning so that you can empty this and kind of start over. So the size is really nice. It's very quiet, which I like. It does everything that I need in terms of just being able to turn on and off and the light, and it has the sleep mode, and it also gives you a warning and shuts off when the basin is full. So it's got everything that I want that way. So I'm going to go give this a try. I'm going to put it out probably in the garage, because the garage is very humid right now. And I'm going to run it for a little while, and we'll come back here in a bit and talk about this some more, and we'll see how it does. Okay, well, we've got this set up out here in the garage. I'm going to turn this on and just let this run for a little while and see how it does. I'll check back in a few hours and kind of see what kind of moisture it took out of the air. Okay, so it's been just a bit under 3 hours, about 2 hours and 45 minutes out here in the humid garage. And I want to see how this did, if it actually pulled some moisture out of the air. I'm going to turn that off. I'll flip this around and pull out the reservoir. Oh yeah, and you can definitely see, boy, yeah, there's a fair amount of water in there already. So this really seems to work great. It was fairly humid out here, but that's not bad. So that's about maybe 3 hours. So if you think about that over the course of overnight, especially in my son's room, I think this is gonna work great. So I really like this. I like the size. I like how quiet it is. I like that it shuts off on its own. And I could see even getting another one of these.